methods of man and strategies of men. It cannot be fixed with 3 services on Sunday.
Speak the truth, Pastor.
Youth ministry can't touch this. Imagine what it must have been like for that father raising a son that he's trying to protect every single day, not knowing what the kid was going to do because the Spirit was on him and trying to put him in the fire and in the water and in this and in that. And he's going to church all his life looking for a solution. Imagine what that father must have felt like. I done tried everything and cannot find any deliverance or peace in this situation. You know why he finds no power? Because the church has no urgency to pray. We don't have an urgency, church. I'm not talking at you, I'm talking with you.
Go ahead.
I know what it is to go through seasons in my life where I just neglected prayer entirely. And I'm asking myself, what in the world is going on in the church? I know what's going on. Ain't no prayer going on.
Talk the truth, Pastor.
Ain't no prayer going on. If you know anything about the scriptures, you know that in the Old Testament, Moses had his hands up. And whenever he lowered his hands and stopped praying, the people in the valley started losing the fight against the enemy. But whenever they raised up the hands again, the people in the valley started winning again. Oh, come on, church. We don't know how to pray anymore. The kind of prayer I'm talking about is not about hooting and hollering, and it's not about a lot of eloquence. There's a whole lot of eloquent prayers going on out there. You give people the mic, man, and they will pray down heaven. I mean, it's a congressional address. But ain't moving nothing, and the devil ain't impressed with our prayers. I said the devil ain't impressed with our prayers. I came to preach. I said I came to preach. Just in case you don't invite me back, I'm going to give it to you. Hallelujah. I knew it was going to be a good day when my 5-year-old daughter woke up this morning, jumped into my lap and said, "Dad, don't leave me here. I want to go to church with you today." I was like, "What?" She was like, "You ain't leaving me, right?" We got people coming to church. Listen to me. We got people coming to church and we tell them, "I've done this, we do this in our church. We want you to attend a 4-week starting point session, come back for 4 weeks." And they're coming with demon-possessed kids.
Talk the king, Pastor.
And we're telling them, "Go through a class."
Tell the truth. Come on. Mercy and truth. Speak the truth. Mercy and truth.
Bring your kid to the youth night. Maybe they'll do something with him. Play some chess or something like that. Maybe get a whole, build a relationship. No, we need power. This situation that we are confronting cannot be solved by anything other than prayer. Yes. There is no plan B.
Yes. That's it.
No plan B.
Amen. That's it.
Thank you.
I remember a story that Tony Evans, great preacher, you may know him. He was talking about how one day there was a couple that just got married and they were off to their honeymoon. And they were so excited, and they were driving to this getaway spot, and it was snowing, a lot of snow, and they were just excited trying to get there very quickly. And all of a sudden, the car started to spin out of control, and the car crashed over. And the man actually gets out of the car, but he looks at his new wife, and he looks at her, and she's injured, and she's losing a lot of blood, and he's like, "I don't know what I'm going to do." He's in the middle of nowhere. He's looking around, and he's in the middle of nowhere. He doesn't know what to do. And his wife's life is bleeding and slowly dripping away. And all of a sudden he sees a faint light in the distance. It was just flickering. It was a sign that says doctor's office over in the distance. And so he was like, oh my goodness, the doctor's. He grabbed that lady. He began to make his way through the snow, and he began to make his way up that mountain toward that flickering light. Doctor's office. Doctor's office. And he got to that door, and he began to pound on that door, and nobody would come out. And he's looking through the windows. Where is it? Where are they? This says doctor's office. Banging on the door, banging on the door. And all of a sudden, an old man comes out and opens the door and says, can I help you? And he says, do something. We just got into an accident. Do something. And the man looks at, the old man looks at him and looks at the lady and says, I'm sorry, but I don't practice medicine anymore.
Wow.
And the man looks at him and says, what? What do you mean you don't practice medicine anymore? Sir, if you don't do something, take down the sign. I'll wait for you to get it. If you ain't going to do something with this situation, take down your sign.
Take it down.
Don't tell people you can find deliverance up in here if people can't get delivered. Don't tell people that you're going to find salvation up in here if they ain't going to find it. Take down the sign.
Talk the thing, Pastor. Tell the truth.
Speak the truth.
Holiness.
Pour it out. Without pour it out. Pour it out.
That's it.
Preach.
Jesus.
That's it.
Church. The man says, Jesus. Listen, he said, Jesus, I brought my son to you and nothing happened. Who did he bring the son to? To the disciples. So when people come to our churches, they think they're bringing people to Jesus and they find no power. And so now they're like, Jesus, I done tried that already.
Yeah.
I done been to 6 churches in East Harlem. They all say they got the power going on. I done been to 6 of them. Still ain't nothing happening. So why should I go to Jesus? They represent Jesus. He said, I brought him and nothing happened. Take down the sign.
Take down the sign.
The disciples should have been ashamed of themselves. Because if you read the scriptures earlier in the chapters, they had already been given power over the enemy to go and heal the sick, to preach the word. They already have power to free people from demons. But they loved the power and the signs, but they didn't like to pray. There's too many of us that like the signs. We like talking in tongues. Don't get me started about what kind of tongues we talk Monday to Saturday, all right? But we like talking tongues on Sunday.